All right, so President Biden is in Las Vegas today, where he will deliver remarks at the 115th NAACP National Convention. Now, this comes as his campaign works to court minority voters. Black voters played a key role in helping Biden secure the presidency in 2022. So for more on this, I want to bring in Derrick Johnson. He is the president and CEO of the NAACP. Thank you for taking some time out for us. I imagine you're pretty busy out there in Las Vegas. I want to talk a little bit about the President Biden's support within the African-American community. At the beginning of Biden's presidency, the NAACP released the Black America policy recommendations for the Biden administration. It included policies related to racial equity, economic empowerment, education, reconstructing the criminal justice system. I want to ask you how the administration has done in terms of implementing some of those recommendations.
I think this administration have done a good job in implementing many of those recommendations and are moving in that direction. For African Americans, we're more concerned with the policy priorities than we are individual candidates. And what's most troubling in this current political landscape is the release of the policy priorities coming out of Project 2025, which would essentially erase our ability to participate as full citizens in this country in many areas, as well as roll back gains that we have seen to ensure that democracy works for all and that equal protection under the law is afforded to all citizens, but particularly the African-American community.
As you know, we've done a lot of coverage when it comes to Black voters, and there's this, certainly within the polls, what we've been noticing is, I'm going to say, a softening of some Black support for the Democratic Party. Now, the NAACP is nonpartisan. You do not endorse candidates. You support policies that you think are good for the African-American community. But I'm curious, do you agree with the notion that there is a softening of support within the African-American community for Biden or for the Democratic Party?
Well, I haven't seen those polls. I can tell you what our surveys have shown is showing that a growing strengthening around support for candidates that care about equal protection under the law and to ensure that this democracy is intact. As we get closer to the election, we're actually seeing a strengthening of support around a policy priority that focuses on all citizens and not just some citizens. The biggest concern that we are seeing is this approach to reimagine the role of government and position it as if it was a 1930s apartheid system, as opposed to looking forward to 2030. And that's what we have seen in our surveys. And we've done over 12,000 door knocks. We've done focus groups, and we're talking directly to African Americans across all generations. So I keep hearing reports of a bad poll, but we have not seen that same outcome in the surveys that we have conducted.
You talked about, concerns over Project 2025, which was what we were talking about a lot of before the weekend. Certainly, the conversation has shifted a little bit. But the president or the former president, Donald Trump, picked his running mate yesterday, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance. I want to sort of get from you what you think that signals about the direction of the Republican Party.
Well, it signals individuals who embrace and hold on part the recommendations that come out of Project 2025. For us, as we read the documents, it actually subverts democracy. It doesn't expand democracy. It actually limits access for individuals to fully engage as citizens. It takes away rights. It abolishes the Department of Education. It abolishes Head Start programs. It do away with many of the protections that Americans, not just African Americans, rely on. So I encourage all citizens to focus on the policy priorities more than the performance or the personalities, and because it's the policies that we will have to live with after this election is over.
And I will point out that former President Donald Trump says that he doesn't know anything about Project 2025, never heard of it, has no connection to it, and the Republican Party has put out their own list of priorities, which is substantially pared down from what Project 2025, which is put forth by a series of conservative
But
groups.
that's not true. It's videos saying the complete opposite. And so when you have a pathological liar that we have witnessed in the former president, do you take what he says today, or do you go back and see what he has said over the past years? And consistently, he has misled the American public. He has made statements that's counter to positions when he's put under the limelight. And in this current climate, we ask Americans not to go for the fake narratives and really drill down on what's in the best interest of this nation looking forward, up and down the ballot, and not just the top of the ballot. But particularly, let's be careful with candidates that have not shown themselves to be truth tellers. They lack veracity at all levels, and so we have to be careful with that.
All right, NAACP President and CEO Derrick Johnson, thank you so much.
Thank you.